Here we are, Tuesday. Rarely I get to do this on Tuesday. Don't adjust your brightness buttons, folks. I just have the shades drawn. It's overcast, and I don't know what purpose it would serve. So at least if you're able to see me, it's a good thing. Uh, just got finished a moment ago doing trying to check on my fantasy team for ESPN.com. I actually I set the draft for like 5 a.m. Monday morning, and finally got around to looking at it, editing things. I'll do one final edit on that. It'll be like next Wednesday, because the season will start the next day. Uh, so at least I know the other 19 teams. This league I set up it's got 20 teams. It's already full up. None of the others are working on theirs yet. I'm sure they'll get around to it. But at least I put out notice. Some of the players they have, I want because I don't have a single solitary Nationals player on my fantasy team for that. So I'm trying to rectify that. I don't know what I don't know what luck I'll have with that, but and as long as I was on the subject of the Nationals, two things. One, they won today. They're playing Houston, beat on their ass 7 to no, beat on their ass. Oh, it was 7-2. No, it was yesterday. But anyway, they beat up on the Astros today, so it's no big deal. A little bit of fun. Michael Morris, got a home run and all that. Anyway, what I got confused was yesterday they were playing the Cardinals, won the game 7-2. Uh, Levon is pretty much set. He's got one more preseason start to the spring training start. Never say preseason when it comes to baseball. It's one more spring training start left, and then he'll start the season opener against Atlanta at the end of the month. Anyway, what I was trying to get at was we didn't get to see the game. They don't televise it here. I only heard of the highlight reel. I said all I heard about this was Nigel Morgan slides hard at Albert Pujols. Then there's like an ejection. Then they said there's like a full-scale brawl. So here it was yesterday. When I'm hearing all of this, and I wanted to tune in on our local stations in Washington. Not wanted to show the fight. None of the over-the-air TV stations wanted to do it. CSN Washington did not want to do it. The MLB Network talked of the game, didn't show the brawl. I wish I would have seen this. It's just for the hell of it. But if you wonder why they had the brawl, you have to go back I think it was last July, when Nigel Morgan was, going through his temper tantrum, more or less, that would culminate the brawl with the Marlins and all that. But when I was going back, it was like back in July when all this started. It came almost to a head because they were playing the Cardinals that weekend before the Marlins series, and I think it was the Saturday night game there, where Nigel just barreled into the backup catcher for the Cardinals that fucked up that guy's season. Just basically fucked up his shoulder for the rest of the year. And that kind of had a little ill will there. I think I remember Tony La Russa opened up something about, well, I'll suspend the guy right away. So I guess what happened yesterday was like a carryover from July. I'd almost have to bet on it, but hey, here we are, folks. We got another week plus of spring training, and already everybody's in mid-season form. Oh man. Anyway, one other note though. They had the story basically Bryce Harper spraining his ankle during a minor league game. They said scrimmage, minor league game, doesn't matter. Said something about, but anyway, he said sprained his ankle day to day and all of that. I'm just saying, letting it healthy enough for me to see him, hopefully, come the 15th of April at Hagerstown. That's all I really care about. You know. Anyway, and that's not the only case of a Washington athlete having injuries. Now, the story, I guess now everybody knows Alex Ovechkin's sitting out the next, 7 to 10 days. Basically something about a nagging injury and you want the guy healthy for the playoffs, which I understand completely. I can understand wanting to be healthy for the playoffs. That's all fine and dandy, but still, it's just thinking this is 10 days without him. I mean, we have a cast of characters besides Ovi. This is their moment to shine. Keep this thing going. Send a notice to the rest of the NHL that, look, don't fuck with us. I've said on here before, and I'll say this again as we're getting close to the end of the regular season. Anything short of a Stanley Cup final, let alone winning the Stanley Cup, but anything short of a Stanley Cup final is unacceptable to me. It's unacceptable to the Caps fans and all that. So I'm just going to put that out there for all of you. And I'll close this little program today with a note. It's not a personal note, but it is something I did read earlier today while I was perusing, checking up on some of the people I get to follow because I stand to run a fan blog for ML blogs and all that. I'm not going to give out what it is. But I was reading because they have those lovely little RSS feeds where you could actually read what other people write. And I was running across one that one of my usual contacts there is the Tampa Bay Rays fan, wrote about the spring training game the other day or a couple of days ago. It was where they were playing the Orioles, and somebody, I can pretty much say this much. I was not an Orioles fan, but I was reading this story where essentially they talked about how some idiot decided to go after B.J. Upton, playing for Tampa. And when I say go after him, I mean we're talking, every type of word known to mankind. I'm pretty sure the word digger got bandied about there. Bandied about. I'm sure that got there. But it was all the point of the story. It was a lot of things. It includes a lot of words we can't use. Those of us who do write on ML blog, whether you're a professional or you're just a fan blog like mine, there are certain words we can't use. I've learned a long time ago to do little things to get past the filter, but I've never gone so far as to use those type of, or apparently the words that were directed to B.J. Upton. I'm just amazed I'm just amazed he didn't go into the stands and go after the guy. He probably would have had a right, but it just shows how far we've come or not come in this day and age. Or let's go into the discussion I've always talked about, calling these teabagging fascists what they really are, because these are the very people, and I guarantee you, if they'd have been around like 60 some odd years ago, they'd have been standing outside the gates of Auschwitz, cheering on as they marched 6 million Jews shipped the gates into the ovens. I'm pretty sure this idiot with this Tampa, the whole B.J. Upton incident, I'm sure this nut job probably would have been along those lines. But that's just me stating an opinion. We still do that under the First Amendment, in spite of what the United States Supreme Court thinks. But we still have a First Amendment. And basically it just says, hey, you got the right to behave like an asshole. And on that note, I think I'll just leave all of you and get back to what I'm trying to do here. And again, those of you just tuning in, don't adjust your contrast. I just have the shades going, so it's a little dark because it's overcast outside. Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta shut this thing off and wet my dry, as it were. You know, I hate doing that. You know, I have to do that little thing there. I hate doing that. I know it distracts people, but anyway, I'm rambling on here. We will see you when I get around to doing another video. So, adios, motherfuckers. Enjoy what's left of your day. I'll have to look at the Caps game tonight. That's like 7:30. Anyway, we will see you when I decide to make another one of these videos. So, adios and all that shit. So, ta-ta.